Hi guys, Gary Chan here, another house hacking video. This is on my kitchen sink. I had a kitchen, what do you call it? Like a clog in the sink, and water was backing up pretty bad. So I ended up using this thing. It's called Mr. Plumber, and it's from the Dollar Tree. I would imagine that most people that buy this product don't know how to use it properly, I mean, I don't know. The directions tell you to just pour like a half bottle of it, but I've had multiple plumbing clogs and different properties and stuff like that. I ended up using 12 bottles of this stuff. Now, the new product here, you'll be able to get it in 30% or more. Sometimes maybe not. But I ended up using 10 of these, about 10 this time. I put 2 in, and it wasn't working. So I ended up using what they call a 25-foot drill-powered canister auger. And what this has is like a coil here, and you can pull it out. So let me show you how that works. If you to pull this out, you unscrew this part here, and then it just pulls out like that. You see? So basically, you unscrew. What I have underneath my sink is this plastic PVC material. Okay? And you unscrew these joints. So I unscrewed this joint, and I put the bucket underneath it, and I unscrewed this joint back here eventually. And then I drained all the water out of my what do you call it, the PVC pipes here. And then I took this auger and I put the tip in. I put this tip into this area down here, and I fed it through. And on the back of the auger, there is a handle. There's a little what do you call it, like a little handle piece here, and you turn it and you spin the thing, and you spin it and spin it as you feed in this tip. And then eventually, because you're turning it and you're feeding it in, it's actually able to make the turns of the tubing. When the pipe makes a 90-degree turn, it'll actually be able to make its turns. I was able to feed it in about 10 feet. And I know underneath, as I look at the PVC piping, and I've had my cabinets taken out, I know that it made a turn along the wall, then it makes another turn along this wall, and then it might go downward. So there's multiple turns on this pipe, and it's kind of weird. It doesn't go directly down, and this is a 100-year-old house, so there has probably been other construction done where they remodeled it, moved the kitchen sink somewhere else, because what would make the most sense is just to feed the kitchen sink pipes straight down into the basement. But the old system had cast iron pipes or galvanized pipes, and then they had replaced the most commonly broken or leaking pipes underneath the sink with PVC, because it's easier to work with and quicker to put in, cheaper as well. And they last longer. They don't burst when the temperature gets really cold, things like that. So I was concerned because I put 2 of these Mr. Plumber Drano material down there, and I fed the auger 10 feet through my piping, and it was still clogged. So I went back to the Dollar Tree, and this stuff is just like a Dollar Tree product, and I got 11 more bottles of Mr. Plumber. And then I emptied out my lines again underneath, so that I would have concentrate plumber instead of like diluted from water that I put down the drain. Cleared out all the liquid there, and then poured probably about 4 or 5 until I had the sink. Basically, the sink was filling up with water up to about here, and same thing on the other side. I had it filling up to there, and I put a plunger down. When I plunged it, it would basically go into the other side because these are all connected, and then they would level off there. with this Mr. Plumber stuff, you're not supposed to actually plunge it, but I was plunging it because I was seeing, hey, was it flowing through? Could I get a little bit of low pressure going through that system? And I knew that, okay, now this is what's going on. Water's kind of like, or fluid is going back and forth. So I just let it sit there. And I would say after about maybe half an hour, it started draining, and I came back in the kitchen and it completely drained. Then I poured 2 or 3 more bottles of the Mr. Plumber, and making sure that it was clearing it out and chemically breaking down all that stuff that was in my pipe. Left it overnight with nothing else, and then this morning tried to run like hot water, and everything seems to be working well. So a few takeaways, I would say that with liquid down in the pipe, it's gonna dilute this material, so you really need to be able to clear the drain underneath. And I would recommend getting an auger. It's like $15, $15 to $25 at the hardware store. And then the plunger, you know, I would try the plunger. These are the 3 basic tools you could use to unclog a drain, and that'll save you a plumbing visit. You know, if you're gonna get an emergency plumber to come out, it might cost you $300. If you can get it out here in a standard during a normal day, it could take you 3 to 5 days to get them to come out. And then when they do come out, it's probably gonna be like $100 bill, you know, somewhere around there. Hope that helps, and you guys have a great day.